All you see on CNN is anti-Trump slogans and white supremacy. But where are those good old conservative values and the faith in God? Lucky there's the Orange Man Pod. Lucky there's two men who positively can do all the things that make us
effing cry.
We are the Orange Man Pod. I want to thank
I'm almost getting ready to sing.
Ordinary Pete.
I'm getting ready to sing it.
I heard that tone in your voice. You were like, effing cry.
I've been working on it.
Yeah, you did good, man. I'm very proud of you. Impressive.
Very
impressive. I got some video. What?
Go ahead. You got some videos.
I got some videos.
I just want to say before we get into the. I mean, we're middle of May here. You're going on vacation when?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. All right.
Yeah, Outer Banks.
So you're still alive.
Yes, I'm alive.
I want to congratulate everybody out there
who's still alive. Congratulations.
Who managed to make it through the dark winter.
Look at that.
What? That's great, man. You're doing great.
I am doing great. I put your thing up that you told me to.
I know. It's not doing so great. I thought it would do better.
That's all right. 10,000. Wow. Oh, I got another one knocked off community guidelines.
Well,
I keep getting knocked off. I don't care.
Knocked off?
I'm going to post the truth, whether they like it or not.
Knocked off? I got fucking deleted.
Well,
what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Got deleted off of Twitter.
What?
Deleted off of stupid TikTok.
I don't know what it is, but you have got it.
So getting back, I just want to thank everybody out there for that watches our show and shows like ours, and that have made it.
I'm not drinking, but cheers.
Staying alive.
Here's to you.
Staying alive. Woo!
Stay strong out there.
Stay strong, San Diego.
You pure-blooded people are doing great work. All right, let's get into this.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Right.
Joe Biden yelling at us. What's he yelling at us about?
I think he's talking about the food lines at
Remember those
in March of 2020.
Was there long lines in 2020?
Yeah, in the beginning, I guess, because the fabricated supermarket.
Yeah, remember when we were in Florida?
Because the fabricated supermarkets
back during
were shut
COVID,
down.
And we were walking down the street in Miami, and there was all those people lining up for stuff for food. Is that what that was? Yeah. I didn't even realize it at the time. I thought they were getting like treats or something.
I mean, I've seen long lines in the.
Yeah, but they're all pulling up in their Mercedes and their Audis.
He says no matter what cars. He says no matter what cars. In their cars. All kinds of cars. I mean, he clarifies it.
Well, if you got a car, what do you need to go out? What do you need food for?
Sell
your fucking car.
Dude, you're. Like all right, God.
Can I go now?
Yeah.
Okay, here I go.
Remember those long lines you'd see in a television?
Remember those long lines you'd see in a television? That was back when I had an antenna on my roof.
This was. You didn't see him on the radio. You didn't see the long lines on the radio. Joe slipping.
Pedophile Joe. Okay, here we go.
People lining up in all kinds of vehicles just to get a box of food.
Box of food!
This is evangelistic Joe.
Yeah. Praise the Lord. Jesus Christ, help me.
He's yelling from the pulpit.
Yeah.
He's at
in their trunk. How quickly we forget.
We didn't forget.
People were hurting.
Yeah, we're still hurting.
And what did the MAGA crowd want to do?
Well, let's see. I wanted to steal their food, punch their wife in the face, and take their car. That's what I wanted to do. Is he out of his mind? What did the MAGA crowd want to do? What did we want to do?
I thought this guy was supposed to be uniting the country.
He's really good at it. The fuck's wrong with this guy?
I guess.
What did the MAGA crowd want to do?
I guess what he's going to say is something along the Republicans, the MAGA crowd. I guess now everybody that's a Republican in the chambers is a MAGA guy or a woman.
I'm dying to know what we wanted to do.
But I'm guessing what he's saying is they voted no to all these nonsensical bills because there was all this pork in it. And I don't mean
Right.
pork in the boxes.
Gotcha.
But go ahead.
Forget it. Forget it.
Forget what?
God, this is the United States of America. The idea that people would have to wait in line an hour, hour and a half to get a box of food in their trunk.
Oh, he's at the IBEW,
It's just unbelievable.
Brotherhood of Electrical Workers.
Yeah, but what about the people who are now waiting in lines for gas?
Well, yeah, but there's that.
And then you can't wait in line for food because there's no food.
yeah, well, that's I posted
Fucking
What?
moron.
I posted a story.
There's
about,
no food.
I posted a story about how the food banks are running low, and they're running out of money. They're running out of donations. People don't even have the money to give them their own food to donate to them. So, and there's a 50% increase at these food banks from last year. So you're talking. This is what I'm talking about. Like people, your time warp is this. Trump wasn't just here. We went through a year of you being the guy, and now we're 5 months into you being the guy this year, and you're still blaming the fucking guy from 2020.
Holy crap, I am freaking out.
All right. What causes inflation, Clint?
I'm thinking government spending in the trillions and trillions of dollars would cause it, because you're inflating the dollar or deflating the dollar while you're inflating the budget. So our dollar doesn't go quite as far as it normally would.
Well, let's just put it in layman's terms. When
Like
you
if I was Kamala Harris speaking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Russia is a big country.
Right.
So if you have a dollar, and that Powerade's $1, and I give you $10 for free, you don't earn it. So now you have $10 to buy that Powerade, and it's only worth $1. You could buy a lot of Powerade.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? The demand's going to go up, because now I can afford to buy more.
Okay.
Technically. So that reduces the supply and raises the price,
Okay.
right? That's what it sounds like to me. So we have all this money in the system it has no intrinsic value. It's
Well-
not it's worthless.
It's kind of what you were saying.
So you got all this money. So now you got all these people spending all this government money, and then the supply goes down, which raises the prices.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it also goes with kind of what you're saying, like with socialism. Like this is kind of where it starts. I mean,
Well, that's why in communist countries they got to wait in line for fucking toilet paper and food.
I mean, you're shitting on the dollar, and people are like, "Well, I mean, I guess it's okay that I'm paying whatever."
So
whatever
it reduces
anymore,
the
you know what I mean?
value of the dollar, and now you get less for your money.
But it's also like, so
Government spending is what causes inflation.
because of the
Government.
Well, it's also regulations, I guess, too. I can't.
No, government spending is
Well-
what causes inflation. Everybody knows it.
Okay.
And the Republicans were saying, the MAGA were saying, no,
Forget it.
forget it. If you keep pumping money into the economy, you're going to cause inflation, stagflation, and then probably a recession. They called it.
Well,
and
we're-
now it's happening.
Yeah,
And this guy thinking spending more money is going to fix that. He's a fucking moron. Not only, I don't even know that he's a moron. It's just that he thinks we're morons.
Wow.
And the people following him might be morons.
Yeah, you're probably right on that one.
He's in charge. The buck stops with him.
Well, no. It's Trump's fault, Putin's fault,
That's not leadership.
Zelensky's fault.
It's not leadership. When
The southern border isn't my fault.
everything that happens, I'm a leader of a small group.
Yeah.
And everything that happens in that group is my responsibility.
Okay.
When something goes wrong, I can't point the finger at somebody.
Well, maybe not you, but maybe Joe can't point the finger at himself because he doesn't even know where the fuck he's at.
Yeah, but even the worst leaders know that. that you got to take responsibility for it and correct it. You can't just say, it's Putin's fault. I can't do anything. Well, then what the fuck do I need you for?
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'll just go support Putin then.
Yeah.
If he's in charge of everything, what are you doing?
Well,
That's like he's just, when you put the blame on Putin, you're saying that you're weak and pathetic and you can't do anything about it because Putin's in control.
I think Putin.
He's in control of this country?
I'm not agreeing with Russia, but I think somebody posted like they have like a 13 or 17% tax across the board. Like there's whatever.
Yeah, flat tax.
Flat tax, and they're I guess to our dollar, it's like $2 a gallon gas. All right, maybe he's a dictator, I guess. So but I mean,
It's still communism. Communism is communism,
but they seem like they're living relatively good lives.
Whatever. I
guess
they could do whatever they want. I don't really care.
I'm just saying, like,
don't blame our problems, your problems, on a guy who's a million miles away.
Well,
Don't tell me Putin is so powerful that he's controlling this country and you can't do anything about it. You're admitting weakness. It's Putin's fault.
Everything that happened in 2020.
It's your fucking fault.
Everything that happened in 2020 was Trump's fault. Didn't stop the virus. Didn't get enough, PPE or whatever. He didn't get enough of this. But the economy was his fault. Like you're saying, the media has no clue what to tell these people because everything is disgustingly bad.
Well, when Trump blamed China for the virus, what did they do?
That's what I'm saying. They came out. You can't blame that.
Blame China. Well, you know why you can't blame China? Because they don't want China blamed because that's where all their fucking money's coming from.
No, I know.
We can't let him talk bad about China. That's our fucking gravy train.
But
that's our cash cow.
And the old, if Trump was running the country right now, dude, they would be people in the streets.
There's people in the streets now.
No, I'm just saying, but the Democrats would be up in arms, and this he's lost it. He's out of control. What I mean, like 25th Amendment, this and this. Like we were doing. The economy was the best it ever was. Unemployment was the best it ever was. Now, this guy's trying to take credit for stuff that is not factual. They say something. He'll come on here and say something. And then behind the scenes, Labor and Statistics actually releases the data, and it's like, no, that's not really what's going on.
Right.
Like, so it's either like, but what everybody's not reading? They're not reading that fucking article. They're listening to these people on the screen going, yeah, everything seems great.
Yeah, everything's fine.
It's the guy that was in charge 3 years ago. It's his fault.
Well, I have no control. It's all Putin. He's a great leader.
I'm sick of this stuff. We have to talk about it because the American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money. Simply not true.
Simply a lie. It's an absolute lie.
Inflation is made in Washington because only Washington can create money. And any other attribution to other groups of inflation is wrong. Consumers don't produce it. Producers don't produce it. The trade unions don't produce it. Foreign sheiks don't produce it. Oil imports don't produce it. What produces it is too much government spending and too much government creation of money and nothing else.
I'm sick of...
There you go.
That was Milton Friedman.
There you go. Biden is a liar. He's an absolute liar.
Yeah, but people are believing it.
Yeah, they can believe what all they want.
Because we trust Joe.
For example, I know folks are concerned about inflation. I come from a family, and I mean this sincerely like most of you, where the price of gasoline went up significantly, the price of food went up. That's what we talked about at the dinner table and the kitchen table.
Yeah.
It meant a lot. We felt it. We felt it. I understand. That's why I've got a plan to lower the cost for everyday things that make most people who work to have, who need. And that would have fundamentally changed the standard of living if we just made things more affordable.
How do you do that?
Listen, I just like how he says, well, I'll make things Go. Hold on. Because it cracked. Can you rewind that just a little?
Sure. Where would you like it?
Right about here.
We felt it.
Yeah. Listen to
I
what he
understand. That's why I've got a plan to lower the cost for everyday things that make most people who work to have, who need. And that would have fundamentally changed the standard of living if we just made things more affordable.
Yeah, so he's gonna lower. First off, what's his plan? He had a plan for the virus, and he didn't do shit
That
about
didn't
it.
work too good out, did it?
Their new plan is we need $40 billion more to pay the virus off, not to come around in the fall. But what cracks me up about this is he says, well, we got to make things more affordable because or lower income, lower costs because that's how things get more affordable. Like, wait. What are you talking about?
Well, you can't make things more affordable when you're fucking shutting things down.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
it's the same thing when with the oil, like the gas and oil. Are we still getting oil? Are we still getting the natural gas from Russia? Is that 45-day moratorium up? I think it's still in there. So chances are we're still paying Russia for fuel. I mean, the Lukoils around me are still open, so somehow, some way, they're getting
Russia's doing well.
they're getting their gas in here because I would think the Lukoils would be shut down if we weren't taking Lukoil, which is a Russian
Well, listen.
company,
At this point,
by the oligarchs.
I want to thank the Russian for having their gas stations here because I wouldn't be able to drive my car and get to work because our president can't produce any fucking oil.
Well, he doesn't want
So
to.
thank God Putin's doing it.
He doesn't want to. It's also like so.
I'm beginning to think Putin's our president.
I think. Well, I don't think that
I do.
because
He's in control of everything.
I saw a guy that explained it.
Explained it.
Like it's only the Eastern. He explained the whole Ukraine thing, which is another story. But
For another time.
yeah, so
The Twilight Zone.
even with like all the electrical grid stuff, like
What do they think powers electrical grids?
I don't know, but like somebody was saying,
Fossil fuel.
like California is going, like they're getting ready to have rolling blackouts this summer. So
Good for them.
get the fuck out of
Fucking
there.
morons.
But they also had
Mow your lawn with your electric fucking
they had 5
mower.
nuclear power plants, and I guess they shut down like 3 of them. So now it's like, well, yeah,
Well, they're stupid.
I got you. I mean, I see people, this whole solar power and everything else. I mean, I see people with solar lights that like they last an hour. And they're sitting out in the sun all day. Am I missing something?
It's just a light, though. It's low power. I mean, it's not really...
Well, how much?
They can't really do anything for you.
Yeah, but how much charge? I'm saying,
Yeah, it charges all day in the sun and it lasts 2 hours.
if I got my
you.
yard, as soon as it's dusk out by 8 o'clock, my lights are out because it's because there's no more.
What do you do in the winter when there's hardly any sun?
Well, that's the
No
point.
lights at night.
But the solar energy, the wind power, the charging stations are blowing up in people's houses. E-bike batteries are blowing up in people's houses in the stores. But yeah, we're supposed to trust it.
So I got no problem with it. You want an electric shit, go for it. But it's not the solution right now.
Yeah, don't shove it down my throat.
Yeah, it's just not the solution right now. You can't get rid of... I don't want to call them fossil fuels because that's a fake name. It's not fossil fuels. It's a renewable resource.
Well, you sent me the thing about that, the little video with was
Yeah.
it Rockefeller?
Yeah.
We gotta. It's
we
the same
we
thing.
need a world price.
It's the same. I saw some like there was electric cars in the 20s, like early, like one of the first couple of cars were electric, and you know what happened?
What happened?
Well, Ford's like, well, no. We need the combustible engine because not only will I make money because that's how I make my cars. My friend here makes these oil companies and converts it into gasoline.
Listen, the internal combustion engine was one of the most ingenious ideas in
I
the history
get
of the
it,
world.
but we could have had electric cars this whole time also.
Nobody wants electric cars,
Well,
though.
they were back then. They did.
No, they didn't.
Listen.
You still got to generate electricity.
Yeah, but there's ways of doing it.
How?
I don't know how they did it back then. I didn't read the fucking blueprints on it. I just saw people like, oh, here's an electric car that they had in the
You had
early
to have a generator.
1900s.
You had to have a generator.
I don't doubt it.
And in order to generate electricity, you got to turn the generator. So you either needed steam or electric or some jackass on a bike pedaling to keep the generator going.
Watch those Peloton people.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep me powered up.
Well, you know what? That's a great idea. Give everybody in government a Peloton bike and make them ride it 10 hours a day to produce power for the rest of the country.
Don't say that, because I seen a video where social credit score was like you're exercising and you get credits, and this guy rode a bike for like 1 million like credits so that he can go somewhere. I don't even know what the final story was, but
Well.
but it's you're right. I got you.
It's just there's eventually maybe somebody will perfect it.
You know,
But I think it could be part of the economy. It could be part of, I don't have a problem with electric vehicles. You want an electric vehicle, go get one. I don't really care. I think it's
just don't. Yeah, like we
yeah.
said,
You just can't crush one for the other if the system doesn't support everybody having an electric vehicle.
But their answer is, well, you don't like high prices, just go get an electric car.
Yeah, it's like I'm
If I could-
homeless. Why don't I just go buy a house?
If I could just go get an electric car, I probably wouldn't give a fuck about the high prices of gas.
Right. If I can afford an electric car, I wouldn't buy an electric
Well, no,
car.
if I could just go, well, these gas prices are too high, I'm going to go buy an electric car tomorrow. I would
Yeah.
probably not worried about
No,
what the price of gas is.
I see what you're saying.
So
But if I could afford an electric car, I mean, I probably could have afforded an electric car, but I didn't want one.
A nice
I'd
little-
rather have an Audi and a Harley Davidson
a nice little Prius.
than a Tesla or a Prius or a fucking Chevy Volt. I ain't fucking driving around in that.
You can get the
I worked my whole life to get what I want. I'm
You
not
can
going to
get the-
drive around in a Volt.
you can get the Ford Mustang electric vehicle.
Oh, it's fucking stupid looking. Come on, man.
You probably have a mangina if you're driving around in that Ford electric Mustang.
Oh, God.
Like, hey man, what are you driving? I got a Mustang. Where's it at? Oh, it's that Ford electric one over there. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I guess that would be cool if you had some property, like electric vehicle for like if you're down the shore and you need an electric go-kart to get around the neighborhood or something. That's kind of cool. But
Yeah, when you're in the senior center and running around on your golf cart,
Herbie,
I get it. When you're,
let's go look for some children.
did you know? I think Saki's last day was today.
Pasaki, yeah.
Did you know that
Pasaki sucks cocky.
the woman that's taking over,
She likes to do bukkake.
the woman that's taking over for Saki,
Yeah.
her domestic partner or living partner
Uh-huh.
is an anchor or a lead and like on CNN.
So?
Well, there's no conflict of interest, right?
No.
All right.
No, they all think the same way. What's the difference?
Well, I guess when you suggest it that way, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't care. They're whatever. Man.
Let's play these. Come on, let's get out of here.
All right, Pasaki.
Let's get on. Let's get on some different.
Pasaki
topics.
defends Biden's ultra mega phrase. Again, we're making Trump something that he's not, but
And we're
he's going to
dividing.
be.
We're dividing people.
Let's divide the country. Well, that's their goal.
I'm
Divide and conquer.
I just started tagging ultra.
That's what Genghis Khan did.
Yeah, well,
Divide and conquer.
and he
That's how
laid
you do it.
his seed into a lot of people. So
Did he? Okay.
There's a question on messaging. Who came up with this phrase ultra MAGA? Why the need to
She can't even say it right. Ultra MAGA.
Well, why are
And
you
take
the-
your fucking mask off.
exactly. I was just gonna say, why are you the only asshole in the crowd?
Ultra MAGA. Well, Peter Ducey wears his fucking mask.
Yeah, he's like
wrong
off
with
and
that
on
douchebag?
sometimes. I don't know.
I gotta wear my mask.
I agree with you. Because there's a couple
Asshole.
times where I'm like, I didn't even hear. I just hear him like in a clip, and I'm like, is he wearing a mask? And
Yeah, he's like,
then I see the video later. It's like him in a mask.
I bet you he's banging Pasaki.
Nah,
Yeah, I bet he is.
she's married.
Yeah, to what?
Probably another socialist.
kick it up a notch? Well, MAGA wasn't enough. I mean, why now use this phrase?
I will tell you is the president's phrase, and the president made those comments himself just last week, as you know. And I think what has struck him is how extreme some of the policies and proposals are that a certain wing of the Republican Party that is taking up too much of the Republican Party are.
You know, and now she thinks that she can talk on the Republican Party.
I guess.
The ultra MAGA wing. What extreme? What extreme?
I mean, I guess.
What
Trump,
policies are extreme?
I guess Trump was doing the same thing with the radical left and.
No, but they were though.
No, well, maybe that's how they feel about us.
No.
the squad and stuff like that.
But what's
I don't-
radical?
Well, here's my
We
thing.
don't want to kill babies. That's radical.
Here's my thing.
Murdering children is radical, if you ask me.
Where's the follow-up question to? Well, what policies are you speaking of? Well, you know the policies. Oh, come on, man. You know the thing.
The
Yeah,
thing. Right.
These fucking people, dude.
Listen, I don't even want to talk about the border right now.
Are for and are advocating for. And you've heard the president talk about this. But it's not just obviously putting at risk a woman's right to make choices about her own health care.
Murder has become healthcare. You see how they minimize it? Putting a woman at risk for her own health care. You know, when you demoralize and minimize the value of life, this is what you get. You get people who want to murder children after they're born. You get people who want to traffic children when they're young. They devalue life. And this is what we get for that. You have to have some kind of morality and some kind of value for life. That's why I like to value all human lives. I don't want to kill any of them. But these people see human life as a tool, a toy, a plaything, something I can use and dispose of at my own will.
Well, yeah.
That is extreme. And that's who they are.
It's also a ploy. A dog whistle, as you will. No, it's just it's the way they lay it out, and it's another one of those indoctrinated phrases like, oh, it's woman's health care, or it's the woman's right to choose, and it's like
freedom isn't free.
I saw. Go ahead.
You have freedom is given to us, but we have to have a certain responsibility for that freedom. So for me, it's freedom. And with it, for everybody, it's freedom with responsibility. That's it's not just freedom. You got to have responsibility. And if you act irresponsibly, then you have to deal with the consequences. Period. That's with anybody. Life isn't easy. And if you're brought up to think that life is easy, you're a fool.
Well.
We get put through these tests for a reason. We deal with hardships. We suffer for a reason. You're not going to go your whole life and not suffer. No one goes through their whole life and doesn't suffer. So with your responsibility, if you act irresponsible and you get yourself pregnant and you don't want the baby, well, I'm sorry. You made the choice. You decided to act irresponsibly. Then you need to deal with it in a responsible manner. Killing it is irresponsible.
Yeah.
You need to do the right thing and at the very least put it up for adoption. That's the right thing to do. What is so wrong with that? I don't want to be inconvenienced. I don't want to have a stretch mark. Look how tight my abs are. Go ahead. I'm done.
I got nothing.
Okay, so let's finish Pitsaki.
Yeah, finish it up.
It is also, as you heard him talk about this morning, Rick Scott's extreme plan that will raise taxes on 75 million Americans making less than $100,000 a year. It is Rick Scott's plan.
I make less than $100,000 a year. My taxes have gone through the fucking roof. I can't tell you how much investment money I've lost. My 401k is shit. Fuel prices are tripled. Listen, don't tell me that you're not going to raise taxes. First, Rick Scott, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't really care. He's whatever he was proposing was stupid, I thought. So I don't even want to talk about it. I'm fine with disagreeing with him. But don't tell me you didn't do the same fucking thing. Just you took the back door.
Was everybody under 400,000? Was it?
Well, I'm way under 400,000, and I'm
only the people getting a tax increase were the people over 400.
Right. Well, I got crushed.
Well,
I got crushed.
I'm sure a lot of people did, and I'm sure they're not happy about it. But
the 4 years of Trump was the best 4 years of my life, as far as financial and. I did really well. And, when people do well, it trickles down. You can help other people.
Yeah, well, we see that.
But when you're struggling, it's hard to help other people who are struggling when you're struggling.
Right.
And you shouldn't struggle because of your government. You should struggle because of the decisions you made, not because of the decisions your government made.
Well, that's the problem. This government's not taking any responsibility for anything. I'm not just. I mean, Joe's the main guy, but executive orders were blown into place. You know, these bills that they're writing that have been getting passed, money just thrown around to whatever other country that they feel like, and yet, like you just said,
all right, fine,
we're getting our asses chewed out here on little things. Like I was bitching when it was $4 gas. You know what I mean? I was mad. Now it's like $4.55, and I'm only getting regular now.
I bitch when it hit $3.
And
It shouldn't be. There's an abundance of oil.
Nah, well,
there shouldn't be prices like this.
So here's since we're on this little oil thing, here's what happened. Joe says he released their strategic reserves. That's great. Okay. But he's selling them to Europe
to sell back to us,
which in turn they're selling back to us at a premium, not what we sold them to them for. They're selling the barrels back to us, and then because nobody's reading these articles, you know, it was 3 different articles. It was that one, and then the we're buying oil from Europe, and then Joe asked OPEC for to pump extra, and they said no. And Joe's like, "Wow, you see, it's greed. They don't want to help us out." The reason, if you read the article, they told Joe, like, dude, you're selling your own. You're selling your own stuff to buy back at a premium. Why would we pump more when you have your own to just use?
Right. All right.
So where are those extra dollars going? Joe?
In Joe's pocket.
Plan to get rid of, eliminate, that's what sunset means, get rid of, Medicare and Social Security, something people over 70 in this country rely on.
That shit's already gone.
Nobody wants to get rid of Medicare and Social Security. The problem is it's fucking bankrupt because of your fucking government.
If you look over in Europe, definitely England and some I guess Germany, they're already gone. That's already gone. All that money's gone.
They ruined it. The problem is Social Security, when it was originally intended, the intent was a separate account where your money. See, every American should have retired a millionaire. But some dickhead decided to change the law, and it was the Democrats. I don't know which one it was.
Well, Joe was the deciding factor one year.
So they decided to take Social Security and throw it into the general fund so they could fucking spend it. So now our Social Security system is going to shit thanks to the Democrat Party, and now you have kids working today paying for the Social Security of people retiring today, and the problem is the kids today don't want to fucking work. So we're going bankrupt. So, you know, I'm going to have to cut this out, but that was the reason to fucking these people say they fucking
What did you just say?
They wanted to get rid of all these people on the dole because they can't afford it.
Well, just bleep it.
Bleep. All right, we got to go.
All
right. Check us out, Patriot Podcast Network. Follow us on YouTube. It's okay to be American. Click on the link because it's the only way you're going to get there because we're fucking shadow banned. Thanks, YouTube. You suck ass.
Yeah, hit the bio links or the link bio in all our social medias.
This is taking forever.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Ultra Mega.
Orange Man out.
Bye.